Welcome back. Welcome to the Ready, Set, Blow podcast. Finally, got my lady Jen Murphy here. What's up, girl?
I think we've been talking about this for like 6 months.
I know. Well, it's always tough. I usually try to do it on Sunday afternoons because I know everyone's back from the road then. But I've been unavailable on Sunday afternoons, so.
Yeah. No, I'm glad it worked out today.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
absolutely. Yeah, thanks for taking time off work. Were you at work today?
No.
I was going to say, did you dress up for me or is this?
I dressed up for you.
Aw.
It takes a lot
For the
to
listeners, not me, for you guys.
I rarely get out of a t-shirt and shorts, so this is a really big deal.
This is a date.
Yes, Randy and I on a date. He offered. Yeah. He already bought me a drink.
That's right. Classy
Cheers.
Modelo. Cheers.
Go down to the Barrel after this a few doors down.
They used to have a comedy show at the Barrel years ago.
How long have you been in LA?
Almost 20. I think like 18
20
years.
Did you start here?
No, I grew up in Pasadena in Southern
okay.
California. And then I moved to New York when I was 20. I'm going to give away my age pretty soon. Like, I moved to New York when I was like 21.
That's all right. I'm sure we're probably roughly the same age. 40?
Yeah.
41? How old are you?
No, I just turned 50.
Get the fuck out of here.
I feel like if I whisper it, it's not as damaging.
No way. Really? You look great. 50.
I'm trying not to be embarrassed about it.
I would not have guessed that.
Really?
No.
Okay, because I have always thought maybe I looked a little younger, but I feel like lately when I tell people my age, they don't look surprised at all. They just go, oh, yeah. I'm like, okay.
That hurts, right?
I had a neighbor that asked me, we see each other a lot, and he's older, probably like 65, and he goes, are you retired? I'm like,
oof.
Oh my God.
I know, right?
Do I look old enough that I'm retired?
Yeah, this is a retirement. Is that the way he hit on you? Is he trying to make a move?
Maybe it's just because he sees me.
A young spring chicken like you? Is a 60-something-year-old guy?
Oh my God.
It's that old negging thing.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm going to, yeah.
Yeah, man. So you've been here 20, how long were you in New York?
So I moved to New York, but I lived there for 9 years. Okay. And I did stand up there like a couple times. I wanted to be like a serious actress on Broadway.
Is that what you were? Oh, no shit.
But,
you like trained and all that?
But that didn't work out so well, obviously.
Still waiting. You're still waiting for Broadway to call.
I always thought I'd be really good at drama because I was always depressed. So like I would be
That's not how it works.
I thought, my 18-year-old brain thought that.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I'm so dramatic. I could be, but no.
Did you do any acting?
I did a little bit of theater, like off Broadway.
Theater's fucking tough. Like when you actually see like a good play, it's impressive because like there's no mistakes. You have to nail it every fucking night, like 3 times a night sometimes. It's like, what?
It's fun.
I have a tough time like remembering my own jokes, let alone somebody else's fucking script. Like I couldn't possibly.
Or improving through someone else's mistake. Like if they go off and you got to keep it going and realize, okay, here's where he's stumbling. I can bounce off this and get it back. Like
that's part of the adrenaline rush of it too, though. Yeah, when you see somebody forget their line, their face just goes blank.
Oh, and they panic, and then you start to panic for them. It's like watching somebody, like I'm watching another comic bomb. It's like I can't be in the room for this. It hurts too much.
That's how I got into stand-up because during one play, my fingers clenched up and they were frozen. Like I was paralyzed.
Oh shit.
And I was like, I'm gonna take some improv and try and
for like stage
loosen
fright?
myself up. Yeah.
So, but I think that's comedy's way harder because it's more revealing. Like it's more personal. You know?
Yeah, I never thought I'd do stand-up. I started out just doing like a bunch of improv for years, and then somebody like dared me to try stand-up once, and I'm like,
well, you're so funny. I'm glad they did.
But
do you like it?
It worked out. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, okay.
I think as soon as I did it, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's why I think you're younger. Because I was telling you, I saw you at Yamashiro, and you're just so sweet and likable on stage. It's the exact opposite of me. I walk up there and people are like, who is this motherfucker? But you get up there and you smile and the whole room loves you already. You know, like,
oh, that's sweet.
You know, I got to win them over hard. You know, like, I really got to like put in an effort. You have no effort. Just I love you right away. It's
you do
so
have
funny.
that face.
I do. Yeah. I got bouncer face. Someone, Derek Gaines. I did some shows with him in Boston before I moved out to LA. At Laugh Boston, and I was like, oh, I heard you're moving, next week. I'm like, yeah, I'm moving to LA. He's like, oh, you do great out there. You got good villain face. I said, come again? Villain face. Like, what is that? He's like, you'll be the bad guy in the movie. So be fine. You get plenty of work. I was like, that's probably the nicest insult I've ever heard in my life.
I know, right?
Hey, don't worry. You get roles. You'll play the bad guy, the henchman.
Do you do a lot of acting?
Nah, I've done none.
Oh.
I would. I mean, I'm not. I didn't get into stand-up to be an actor, like one of these Kevin Hart guys.
Yeah.
I just like telling dick jokes and talking shit.
Yeah.
But if somebody threw a role my way with money attached to it, I'm in.
Hell
So
yeah.
if anybody wants, I can act as myself.
Yes, exactly.
If you want to jerk off from Queens in your movie, I'm your guy. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're from New York.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where were you living when you were there?
I lived in Astoria, Queens.
That's the hip spot. Probably too expensive now for most places.
Yeah, but when I lived there, it wasn't. It was just a Greek neighborhood.
Oh yeah, what years?
Because I was there from '96 to 2005.
Oh okay. Oh yeah.
I lived in Queens for like 5 years, and then I got this really good deal in Manhattan.
Oh, you made the big move. That's like
so
that's like the dream of everyone in New York that like lives out from the outer boroughs.
Yeah.
It's like, I could afford to live in Manhattan.
But it was a weird apartment. It was a railroad. That's why it was cheaper.
Oh yeah.
So I would have to go like out in the hall, then back in the front doors, so as to not walk through my roommate's room.
Oh yeah.
And also the bathroom was in the kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You seen those?
So I grew up on Cornelia Street in Ridgewood, Queens, and it was railroad houses. It was like a tenement house, 6 family houses, 3 floors, one apartment on each side, and the front room was the bedroom. The back was the kitchen. The bathroom was in the kitchen, like off the kitchen. And if I threw a football from the bedroom, I could throw it out the kitchen window, like straight through the whole apartment.
That's exactly
straight
how
through
it was.
the whole apartment.
Yeah, it was an old building.
The clothesline and everything. You're hanging your clothes in the winter.
It was cool though. It's probably the best decision I ever made was to live in New York in my 20s.
That's a good time for that, especially doing comedy, doing stuff like that.
I was bouncing around, staying out till 4, and like.
Yeah. I was there in my 20s, but it was mostly I was still at a day job, still doing finance stuff, so it was not as enjoyable as that. I wasn't doing the hip thing. I was grinding on Wall Street like an asshole. Yeah, but here I am now telling dick jokes with you.
Were you on Wall Street in 2001?
A long time, yeah. So I graduated college in 2001.
Oh, you graduated college?
I graduated 2005. I started college in 2001. Graduated in 2005, and I did private equity and investment banking for like 12 years. So I did comedy. I started late. I was 33. I was an old man when I started.
Oh, you're a lot younger than me.
Not that much.
How old are you?
41.
Oh, okay.
I'm an old fuck. Don't worry.
Feels a lot younger, but it's not really.
No, trust me. The women don't see it that way. I'm old to them.
Women think? No.
Yeah, everybody. 40's old. 40's not. I am a middle-aged man. I can say that with confidence.
You mean if you met like a woman that was 30, would you think that she thought you were old? Or you're just talking about like really young girls?
I'm talking about like this Gen Z. They think I'm fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, women that are 30 are probably more my speed, I would guess.
Girls in their 20s should think you're old.
Yeah.
Like, let's get back to that.
They'd be right. They'd be right.
Yeah, I don't like seeing Anthony Kiedis with like 18-year-olds. That's weird shit.
Yeah, how young would you go, Jen? At 50, how young of a guy would you do? Are you single?
I'm single.
Okay. All right, guys.
I mean, I prefer not to go below like 35, and even 35 seems kind of. But if somebody's mature, I don't think it's that big a deal.
Yeah.
And I'm immature.
Exactly.
But I did meet a guy, like last year I met a guy, and I didn't know how old he was. I could tell he was younger than me, but it was like in a bar, it was dark.
Yeah.
And then I found out his age, he was 27. I was just like, oh my God. Like, I had like a panic attack. Because I had already hooked up with him, and then I was like, "Oh my God!"
Well,
I could hear police sirens coming.
He didn't seem to mind. He seemed to be pretty happy about it, I guess. You know, if you'd already hooked up with him, like.
The sad part is, I was like, "Man, I must look younger." And then I talked to him. He goes, "No, I just like older women." I'm like, oh.
Wow.
I've definitely hit
another
the
guy
age,
putting his foot in his mouth.
But I've had quite a few people that age hit on me in the last probably year and a half or so, and I think I hit that age where if a dude in his 20s does kind of have a fetish for an older woman,
You're in that wheelhouse?
I just hit that age because I was just, and it happened to another friend of mine too, and we were like, why are these young guys hitting on us? But that's what it is.
It's like a whole thing. Yeah.
But I could see why a young dude would, if he's just looking to like have sex or just like a casual relationship.
Well,
because a woman my age now, we're more like, yeah, let's fuck. Where in your 20s, you're like, I don't know, do you like me? Or are we going to go somewhere?
Yeah, women over 35 know what they want. They don't beat around the bush. Like, hey, is this just going to be a hookup?
And it's not to see you tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Are we going to hook up or not, buddy? Hurry up. Like,
can I tell you something he said that I'm working on as a new joke, but I don't have a punchline for it?
Please.
And he said this to be funny, but the audience laughs, but then they groan. I hate the groan. Oh. We hate when people feel bad for you.
Oh, so really? I go for the groan on a couple bits.
He was like, when we were talking about that I'm older, and he goes, well, I like younger women and I like older women. He goes, it's like grapes and raisins.
Wow. Does he know how stupid that sounds?
He did it as a joke.
Okay, it's like grapes and raisins.
And I've done it on stage, and their immediate response is people will laugh, and they laugh, and then they go, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's because it needs like a punchline, like a follow-up.
Something extra.
But it is a funny line, grapes and raisins. It's good for
I wonder
merch.
how many times he said that, and he meant he didn't have sex. Like he had lost the opportunity.
Well, he said, so I didn't. After I found out his real age, I didn't hook up with him again. But
You rejected him for being too young?
I had to. That's too young. I felt creepy.
Well, you're not marrying a guy. You're just having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I could still hook up with him.
Guys do it all the time. There's a lot of, especially in this fucking town, there's a lot of 6-year-old men
yeah.
with 15-year-old women. It's creep shows.
Yeah, no,
You know,
for sure.
Yeah.
But he also had sex like a very young person.
Oh, really? You know what? That's
Somebody that doesn't have, nothing against him. He's fine. He obviously just didn't have very much experience.
Really? What was it like? Too much? He was like trying to do porn shit. Like that's not how it fucking works, buddy. Like, or was he just like very, very young and not?
Can I be dirty?
Of course. That's what this podcast is about.
He like I don't know if he had maybe he's only gone down on a girl maybe twice in his life or something. He put my clit in his mouth. He yanked it, like pulled it, like it was stretching like bubblegum, and I'm like, stop, stop. Like I don't know where he thought that that's how you go down on a girl.
Even if you watch a lot of videos, that's not out there.
I've never seen that on a porn video.
I mean, it fucking
no one's ever stretched out a clitoris.
It hurt like hell. I was like, you don't use teeth. You only use your tongue. There's no teeth involved in this.
Oh my God. He's gnawing on it like a fucking chipmunk.
And he's super. But anyway, back to my point. I've stayed friends with him the past year. We talk all the time. He lives in Atlanta.
Did you coach him up about
so he said
the clitoris thing?
I tried without hurting his feelings.
Okay.
So he said the grapes and raisins things like after we became friends, and he wanted to make it as a joke. So it wasn't being mean.
Okay. Well, you should definitely give him the tip on that, on the going down on chicks.
But I'm too old to be with somebody who's not experienced.
Well, that's the thing. I'm too old to be teaching anybody anything. You know, my teaching days are over. I was telling that to somebody recently because we were talking, a friend of mine at work, and somehow it came up like, you know, your number of sex partners. Like, I never asked that in a relationship. There's nothing good could come from that.
I know.
Either it's going to be a big number, you're going to be horrified, or it's going to be one, and you're like, what the fuck? I cannot be number two.
I know.
This is too small of a number. You know, like, I need a nice low single digits, high single digits, low teens. You know, like, something normal. You know, like not. You know, you're my second partner ever. It's like, no, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. You know, I'm a piece of shit. We can't do this. You know, like,
I'm a piece of shit.
I'm a piece of shit who's been around the block more than once. I can't do this.
Yeah, I think when you get to a certain age, you just have to. People have to know what they're doing. It's not worth your time.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, that reminded me of something else. You were talking about hooking up with younger people, and there's a question I've been polling friends with all day.
Okay.
When is the last time you 69'd?
Oh God, that's such a weird position.
Exactly. That's why.
The last time I had a boyfriend, he used to ask me sometimes to do it, and I would do it because he was my boyfriend, but not since then, and that was 7 years ago.
There you go. Mikey, when's the last time you 69'd?
20 years old. That was
Exactly.
like 18 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy was probably too old to still want to do that. Huh?
Yeah, it should be double-digit years. I think 69ing is one of the most overrated sex positions, and it's just so, like I said, it's weird. It's so awkward.
So weird.
It's so awkward.
And
what, are you in a rush? Like,
I always assume maybe it's just better for the guy, but it's awkward for you too.
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, one, like I said, I'm 41. I have all the time in the world. I have my own place. We can, you know, I'll do you, you do me.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the rush? But two, it's like you're kind of part-timing both of it. Like, you're not enjoying the blowjob, and you're not focused on doing your business, going down on her because you're distracted. Like, it's
okay.
It's
That's how I felt too.
It's like not ideal. Like, do one or the other, not both. You know, like not at the same time. It's like a novelty thing too. It's like sex in the shower.
It's
so I'm blue in the face. It's terrible. Someone's always cold. It washes away all the natural juices. It's fucking awful. Like, you know, someone pees on someone's leg and ruins a moment. Like, you know, it's just,
also at this age, I'm like, if I slip, that's it. You can't break a hip at this age.
Yeah, you got the handlebars in your shower.
It helped for leverage, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, really, the leverage helps, but
if the shower is set up properly, it can be pretty hot, but only for like a few minutes. You're not gonna. You don't necessarily need to finish.
Yeah, there needs to be multiple shower heads, like because someone's in the cold. Unless you have like one of those. Like, you ever see those ones that like in hotels have them on the wall?
Yeah.
Water spouts coming out from the wall too.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Everyone
Sounds
stays
fucked up, but no sex feels drier than in a shower.
Yes, you know, you're right. That's what I'm saying.
Really?
Water doesn't have the same viscosity as like natural lubricant. You know, like it's like rubbing a balloon. You know, like it's not
Oil and water.
Yeah.
It's like something
it
gets
just doesn't
in between
work.
and it
doesn't
ain't-
work right.
Right. Yeah.
I love that. 7 years. Yeah, I thought about it. I think the last time I 69 was during the second Clinton administration.
Also, it changes the angle of the way you would normally give
Yes.
oral.
Yeah. Well, then
I don't normally give oral with my eyeballs staring at your taint.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm I'm usually staring at the belly button. You know what I mean? It's usually the other way.
Yeah, I'm getting a whiff of your butthole here. This is not.
It's the same for the guy.
Yeah, no, the clit's on the wrong side. I'm like, wait a minute, where's
Like,
that?
I don't need
Everything's
him.
upside down. This doesn't make any sense.
If you're tall.
Oh yeah, you're talking. Yeah.
It's
That's the other thing. You have to have a height thing. Like, it has to be a decent ratio.
Yeah.
And then also, I was thinking about this. Have you ever topped during 69 as a man?
The very first time
big
I
guy,
ever
Randy.
did it, the guy went on top of me. And
No!
I didn't know that it was wrong.
You thought that was the way it was done?
Well, it's the first time I ever did it. I was very early 20s. And I didn't know, so I was just like, that's aggressive to have that thing going. He's in control of how it's going.
Yeah, I'm sure he outweighed you. So like, I'm pinned down here. This is not.
You're getting waterboarded with
Yeah,
dick.
exactly. I'm getting waterboarded with his nuts.
That's scarring. That was traumatic. It was so traumatic.
I've been asking people that, and
Have you ever?
no, I've never topped on that. No.
Yeah.
No, it's inappropriate.
That's like assault these days,
Yeah,
probably.
exactly. That's a rape vibe to it. No, so I've been asking around. One person told me last weekend. I said, what?
I almost spit out my beer.
Yeah. What? I was like, what? He's like, yeah. I was like, why would you do it? She's like 34 years old. I'm like, what the fuck would you do that? Like, I don't know. He initiated it. I'm like, dump him. That's a horrible idea.
Yeah, I think if somebody did that to me now, it might be a...
Oh, yeah. But
Grounds for
I asked him, I
dismissal.
said, how old was the guy? He was 27. Young guy. These young guys, they just
What
don't.
if we got it all wrong, Randy? What if these young dudes are like strong enough to plank the whole time? And they're just like hovering above these broads,
Yeah,
and we're
he's
just
just-
like,
yeah, it's really a
thinking we'd be on
workout.
top.
You just get the tip? Like, give me more.
Bombing for apples.
Yeah, just the mushroom cap.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Like, who is doing that? What kind of monster is still 69 in 2024? I mean, we have all sorts of options now. Fucking 69.
Yeah, we're too old.
Wait, yeah, I'm too old for this shit.
Just picturing this CrossFit guy holding
Oh,
out
yeah.
a plank for like
Doing
8
one-handed
minutes
push-ups and
straight.
shit. Yeah, crushing it.
Oh, man.
So you still getting out there dating? I think it's a good town to be single and 50 in, though.
This?
L.A. I mean,
You think it is a good town to be?
I mean, it's better than Des Moines, where everyone's fucking married at 50.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I mean, there's options for you out here.
Yeah, there's a lot of divorcees now at
Yeah.
my age, probably.
Well, yeah, you're probably in a good age to get the second wife.
I
vibes.
haven't been doing too much lately. Right after we came out of the pandemic, I kind of went on a tear
Make up for lost time.
because I was alone for 2.5 years or something.
Yeah, all of us.
And then now I've gone the opposite way.
Oh, just,
Where like some guys I slept with have reached out to me, and I'm like, I can't. Like, I have no desire.
how long? Like, when was the last time you had a boyfriend?
That boyfriend I had, that was
Okay, 6-7 years ago.
6-7
Yeah,
years.
see,
ago.
so the longest single stretch I ever had was I think like 6 years. And when you're single that long, that's what happens. Someone you date at the beginning, you just fall apart, or go your separate ways, and they come back around. Like, oh, you're still single? Yeah, I'm still here. I've had one woman do a third lap.
Really?
Oh yeah, like just a hang at that point. She's like, I know it's not going to work out, but
Yeah,
but
I've
I'm lonely
mostly-
tonight, so you want to hang out, like that kind of shit.
It's a new season of that show we used to watch.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
I got 11 weeks.
Yeah, the Sopranos finale is like, you want to come and hang out and watch it?
I feel like after that relationship, I was just like, I just want like friends with benefits.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to go. But then you get attached sometimes. Are you that
I
kind?
have gotten attached.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
always sad when you know you're not supposed to. You're like, fuck, and you don't even want to. It's like, god damn it. Like,
I got attached. This just happened in the last couple of years, but I got attached in a weird way because I don't want him to be my boyfriend, but I'm definitely like, I love you.
I love you from a distance.
He's too much of a mess to actually want as a boyfriend, but I'm glad you brought this up because I have a question for you.
Yeah,
I'm
go for
having a fucking dilemma in my head of that certain person that I've been friends with for a couple of years. And I know he sleeps with a lot of other people.
Yeah, well, you guys aren't exclusive, so it's fine. I imagine. I mean, I'm sure you don't like it, but it's
And I just don't think about it or try not to think
Yeah, it's
about
none of
it
your business, yeah.
until somebody told me, oh yeah, he slept, and told me who he slept with, and then has been driving me nuts. Because now I have a face.
that is yes. This is why I don't ask questions in a relationship.
No, I didn't ask. It's just
I know that-
some girls were
Yeah,
talking.
you hear it. That's yes. It always annoys
I
you
just
more.
want to be like earmuffs. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Girls be yapping.
But how did I keep myself? Why was I fine keeping myself delusional, knowing he was sleeping with people, and then all of a sudden when I know,
it's just a number. Like oh, he slept with 100 chicks. Okay, 100 whatever, random. But one girl that it's like, oh fuck, I know I could put a face to a name. Like it makes it real.
I know, and I haven't been able to sleep with him since.
Yeah, I know. I can see that. That's definitely happened to me before. It's like, especially if it's someone you don't like that they slept with. Like that they slept with. Like,
but
oh what?
Do you think it's
like you kind of put off by his choices? Like,
If my brain is still like trying to find reasons to make it okay to like sleep with him, but do you think that's like damaging to your self-worth and?
I don't know. I don't think so. As long as you know why you're doing it and what you're doing. Like, if you're walking into something and like harming yourself or self-sabotaging and doing it anyway, you don't want to do that. But if you're just like, just try and get over it so you can have a good time. It doesn't sound like you want to marry the guy.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So then it's like, you're rationalizing, and rationalizing is fun.
My brain can always rationalize. I'll be like, I'm never seeing him again. Then my brain will be like,
oh,
yeah, but what about this?
I know. I think I read somewhere that most of our thoughts are rationalizations of emotions. Like, oh, this is what I decided on this. Like, no, you rationalize that because your heart wanted X. That's what usually happens.
Yeah.
Is what I've been told. What a therapist says. I don't know. I don't know if he's any good. No, he's great. Thanks, Dr. P. You're the best.
Nice.
But no, it's fun to do that kind of stuff.
I need to ask your therapist a few questions.
Oh, he's great. He does Zoom, man. He's pretty reasonably priced.
But what about if I cry every time I find out somebody else he's sleeping with? That's probably not good.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The less you know, the better.
I know.
It's always that's why I said. So I don't ask girls how many guys I slept with. None of my business. Do I like you now? Yes. Let's focus on that.
Probably time to move on because it doesn't sound like Friends with Benefit worked on this one. It sounds like it accidentally went more than Friends.
Well, it went a little more than Friends, but also she's not doing the benefits. Right? If she's talking herself into sleeping with, if you're not into him to sleep with him after hearing that he slept with this woman, then the benefit's gone because you're not attracted to him in that way anymore. You're kind of put off by what he had done.
Kinda.
Yeah. And is it because you don't like the woman?
But it's a bummer. Well, this is the bummer is that it's just really any time I've ever been with him, it's just great. Like it's amazing. We have fun, and then he leaves, and I'm not like, oh, I wish he would stay and be here for a few days. So it's not like that. But I think, but they say I've read stuff where it just says like if a woman, if sex is really good and you're having an orgasm, women's emotions it's really hard not for them to.
Yeah, men can definitely have sex. Like unattached emotional sex easier than women. Not to say that men don't get attached, they do. But women, I feel like it's much more like on a genetic level, like, oh, this guy's a keeper.
I mean, if it's a one-night stand, it's one thing. But if it's been going on for a couple years,
forget about it.
You would have to not be human to not have some emotions.
Of course, yeah. I mean, look, I've fallen in love with plenty of women I shouldn't have in that kind of scenario.
Were they friends with benefits?
I mean, how dark do you want to get?
I want to get dark. Please.
I mean,
it'll make me feel better.
They were in a relationship, and I shouldn't have been sleeping with them. I mean, this is going back years. Yeah, but,
okay.
So it's like oof. But you hooked up one night and it was fun, and then 3 months later you're both drunk at the bar again. You hook up again.
And you're the other dude.
And then all of a sudden, 2 years later, I'm like, why am I still banging this chick? This is not good.
I feel like I've heard you talk about this before.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. But like you said, I'm human. And if you like somebody, you like somebody, and you spend enough time with someone you like, you're gonna fall in love with them. You don't go down until something bad happens.
The way I get myself in trouble is that my brain is constantly like, you could die tomorrow, so do it.
Yeah. Oh.
I constantly have that.
Fuck yes, fuck it. Fuck it, try it, give it a shot. We'll see. What's the worst that could happen? And the worst happens all the time. Just ending marriages.
Oh no.
I know. Well. Don't worry
I would be so scared of that these days because I feel like people find out about cheating so much more with all the technology and everything. And I would be so scared of some dude coming, or for me, a woman, coming and kicking my ass or something if I hooked up.
Well, and we're also so public, so people know, if I bang some guy's wife and he can fucking find me at a show and shoot me on stage. I mean, he's not stopping him from fucking me up. But it's also,
I think back before cell phones and everything, it was a little safer, but now it seems scary.
But also, my thing with the cheating thing, it's just not worth it because it's so much trouble. Like you said, the hiding of it, the fucking, lies. You got to worry about if your phone's unlocked around your partner. It's I can't stress like that. I can't do it. I gave that up. It's too stressful to lie to people.
I always ask
myself, easier just
what type of orgasm are these people having that's worth all this stress?
Yeah, exactly.
I've had one of those.
Yeah. Some people I think are addicted to the cheating.
Yeah, it's an adrenaline rush for sure, like gambling.
Like, we're doing a little secret sneaky thing together. No one else knows. Ooh,
oh yeah, it's
definitely
like a
it's
high.
part of that for sure. But the stress of it, no way, man. Once in my life, never again.
Or a lot of people they say are married stop having sex.
That is true, and that's kind of weird
They
to
have
me.
kids.
I
can't imagine it.
Yeah, every girl I've ever dated, the sex wasn't the problem. Like, if something else was the problem. But married people, they stop having sex. I'm like, what? And I think it's the kids.
Sounds awful.
I think married people that don't have kids still do it plenty. But then what's a bigger boner killer than a fucking crying baby? You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's lactating and upset and tired. You're fucking, you're trying to get laid, and she's, off with the kids. Like, fuck this. Like,
yeah.
I think it's the kids that ruin it for the married couples.
Well, good thing we're not married with kids.
Were you ever married?
No.
Never? Had you ever get close?
I wish I had been married just once, so I could say I had one under my belt.
Have you ever close?
The last boyfriend I had was probably the closest, but not that we ever got engaged, but it's the longest relationship I had.
Would you get married?
I would.
Okay. Even now?
But I haven't really met anybody that...
Even now, though? I guess it is a good deal for women, no matter what.
I mean, I'm not looking for a husband, but I guess if I fell in love with someone, I don't know. I don't know if it's getting scary now that I've gotten too comfortable being alone. It would have to be a really amazing person if they were going to live with me.
That is something I've worried about. Like, because I feel like comedians tend to be very independent in general. But obviously I am. I couldn't imagine, I was like, at some point, if I don't have I'm not gonna have kids. I'll probably never have them. So, but if I don't commit to somebody, I might never, because I'm just gonna be like, I want to do whatever I want all the time now. It's fuck it. It's been too long. Like, I can't start behaving in ways that I don't want to behave for somebody else, because I'm too old. Old dog can't learn a new trick.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
I think my ideal relationship is somebody who's always traveling.
Yeah, I mean,
or I'm always traveling. We have to be gone.
The last two girlfriends I've had did not live in the same city I lived in.
Okay, yeah,
and it worked, because when you go to see them, you make the plan, like, I'll spend a week wherever she lives, and we'll do all this stuff, and then I'm back, come back here, I'm working, going out at night, whatever.
But how long can a relationship like that last?
Both of those were years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
More than a year, both of them. But you have to make the effort. I mean, and they have to understand what you're up to. Like, I've always said I dated some girls when I first started comedy in the city I lived in. It didn't work because they're like, oh, let's go somewhere on Saturday. No, I'm at a show. I'm on the road.
Yeah.
What are you doing tonight? I'm at the fucking club.
And I don't want somebody hanging at the clubs with me all the time.
Yeah. When are you free? Tuesday at noon. What are you up to? I'm at work. Yeah. So you need to, like I said, I tend to date nurses or teachers have the summers off. Other people work in nightlife, like that kind of thing. They have similar schedules.
How do you meet people?
Nowadays, it's comedy shows mostly.
Okay, yeah, me too. I've never been on a dating app.
My girlfriend, I met her at a comedy show.
Have you been on dating app?
Oh, so when I got out, so I was almost married. I called that off 6 weeks before.
But you were engaged?
Oh, yeah.
How long ago?
2012. My wedding date would have been September 12th, 2012.
You called it off 6 weeks before?
So 8 weeks before, something like that, yeah.
How did she react?
Planes were bought. I mean, she was devastated. It was awful, but I didn't. She was like, "Oh, I just bought a condo." She's like, "Oh, let's sell the condo and move closer to my parents in case we start having kids." I go, "What? When did you plan this out?" Like, I just closed on this condo for us. Like, what are you talking about? So she wanted to have a family, and I still didn't want one. This is my late 20s. I think this is 29. Yeah, I was like, if you want kids, then I'm not ready for that. So. Before I shouldn't do this.
That's
we called
hard
it off.
To do.
Yeah, but she thanked me years later. We saw her mutual friend's wedding. She pregnant, fucking new husband, kid on the way. She thanked me. Thank you. This is what I wanted to do. Obviously, you wanted to do something else.
That's nice that it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out. I mean, rarely in life do you get closure, but that was a nice end to that one.
That would be hard to call off a wedding.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, shit. Like I said, there were 200 guests. We rented out the Boston Public Library. Everything was paid for. Plane tickets were bought. The whole fucking thing. It was. But it's like, what's worth that, or a divorce? Getting her pregnant in a divorce. Like,
yeah, that's true.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but after that, the dating apps had just come out. So this is 2012. Like, Tinder had just been released, and I made a conscious effort. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to fuck with that. I'm going to go old school and just go out and meet people. So for the first year Tinder existed, I didn't use it. I was just old school, like hitting on chicks at a bar, coffee. Hey, hey, you seem cool. Grab coffee or whatever. Bullshit. But then about it was like 2013. I still wasn't on social media at all. Like, Facebook was out,
You weren't on MySpace?
No, I was on nothing. I mean, I got on this shit because of comedy. I wouldn't be on fucking social media were it not for comedy.
I know,
It
right?
rots your brain. But I wasn't even on Facebook, and one of my buddies pulled me aside. He was single too. He's like, "Hey man, I really think you should, get a Facebook page." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Because everyone has one now, and it's fucking weird that you don't, dude." He's like, "Women think you're hiding something."
That's
funny. And if you get a Facebook page, you could sign up for this. And he showed me Tinder. I'm like, "Oh, all right." So I signed up for Tinder, and it was, I mean, it turned dating into a part-time job for me. It was so many women and a fucking endless stack of swiping.
So yeah.
And I was single as shit. I was single, 30 years old. I was doing 2 dates a night. I was going to after work drinks. I'd set up 2. This is my strategy. Go to after work drinks. Hey, let's meet, for 6 o'clock drinks. And if she was cool, I'd keep hanging out and cancel the late one. If she sucked, like, hey, I had a dinner, I gotta go, and then just go to the next date.
Hilarious.
And 4 nights a week, I was doing this.
Doesn't that get expensive?
Yeah, I was a banker. I had money.
Oh, okay. You weren't just a comedian. Okay, that makes sense.
But I was. I mean, like I said, it was a part-time job. It was exhausting. It was like, oh fuck, I gotta keep tabs on all these things. Like this
is a part-time
impossible.
job.
Yeah, it became not fun. Like it was fun for 2-3 months, and I was like, all right, this is just skeezy. I don't even like half these bitches. and they're costing me a fucking arm and a leg. Like I'd pick one and hang out with her at your house.
Did you get laid very often from it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. So it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, for what it was, but it's not a long-term solution, And it's 41 if I'm doing that. If I'm on the dating apps at 41, I should hang myself. I mean, honestly. As social as we are, I mean, we're out all the time doing shows and shit. Like, we're bars and restaurants, comedy clubs. There's plenty of people,
Yeah, that's how I usually meet people.
Yeah. Have you ever dated a comedian?
I've slept with a comedian.
Yeah. What is dating a comedian? What does that even mean? Good point. Who dates comedians?
I mean, I guess
I had sex on a futon with a comedian. Does that count as a date?
I guess when I was newer, I did. Like, it would last for a couple months, maybe.
Okay.
I don't think anything ever really lasted.
Yeah, I have a hard and fast rule. I don't fuck with people at work, and I consider comedy work. And then also, the idea of if I hooked up with a female comedian and I go to a show and to pan out, you bump into any show, it ruin your afternoon.
That's
evening.
why I stopped doing it,
Yeah.
because there was once or twice where I had to perform, and there was somebody that didn't get along with, and I hate comedy's like my safe space.
Yes, I want to go have fun, do the comedy. Yeah,
that's where we have our happiest moments.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I don't want to go on stage feeling stressed, and this person's
trying
watching
to
me.
avoid them.
What if I bomb?
Yeah. What if I bomb? That's
and you can't be funny when you're that stressed, when you're anxious.
Well, you're distracted. You're not in the zone.
Yeah,
but
so
also,
that's what made me finally stop. I was like, I can't have this feeling. And
yeah, how do you meet people? Mostly just same thing outside shows.
Yeah, usually.
Do guys come up and hit on you these days?
Young ones. 27-year-olds.
Ones with a cougar kink. Yeah.
I guess sometimes, yeah.
So I was talking we had another female guest on last week. She guys barely hit on her anymore in person. I'm like, yeah, because no one knows how to fucking talk to each other anymore. It's weird.
Yeah, I feel like it's more LA than.
Oh, you think so?
I don't know. Maybe part of it is my age, but definitely when I lived in New York, that was also kind of when cell phones were just coming out, so not everyone was on their phone.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, I don't go to a lot of bars anymore, but I like to write. I can't write in my house; it's too quiet. Mm-hmm. So I like to take my computer and I'll go get a beer.
Yeah.
No, I used to go to a bar and get a beer and write. And sometimes I meet people that way, but I feel like the majority of people are always on their phone.
It is now, yeah. But that's what I did when I first got out of my my engagement. Every night I would just go sit at one of my local bars and eat dinner at the bar, and just start talking to the bartenders, and you talk to somebody else next, and then after a while, it's weird, people remember you being there like a regular. You start making friends and meet women that way,
Yeah, because back in the day before everyone was on their cell phone, if you were within close proximity of somebody at a bar, you would strike up a conversation.
Yeah.
Even if you're not hitting on them, you'd be like, oh,
yeah, a game or whatever.
Baseball game,
yeah, something.
Whatever.
Exactly. And I think it's important too, because I was saying this last week. So much of human communication is nonverbal. Oh yeah, she's hot on the screen. You meet her, she's a sociopath. Or he's a sociopath. He might have a fucking club foot. Who knows what deformity is hiding behind that?
Yeah, I think the phones are making it a lot harder to meet people.
Yeah, I mean, it's giving people the false sense of infinite options. It's like, oh look, the world is full of hot women. Yeah, but none of them are banging you, buddy. You have no fucking charisma. So get that out of your head.
Yeah.
It makes you think you could switch easy, but it's like, no, you have to meet someone, put in the effort, find a fucking, build a relationship. put up with shit that you don't like because you like them. You know.
Yeah.
I said about relationships. Relationships is just two people doing things they don't want to do because they love each other. Like, you know.
That sounds so depressing.
You know,
in a way.
it's like, oh, I don't want to go to your fucking mother's house, but I love you, so I guess we're going to your mom's house this Sunday.
The love part sounds nice.
Yeah, because you want to be with them. It's like, oh, I gotta put up with all this shit just because I want to be with you. Fuck. Like, I hate your parents, but I guess we gotta go there for Thanksgiving because I love you. Fuck me. Like, you know, like, it's really what it is. And what I hate is actually something that I put my foot down on after I got out of my relationship with my fiance. If I do something for a woman and I don't want to do it, but I do it anyway, she should be ecstatic and grateful for that. Because some women are like, oh, you know, I know you don't like my mom, but I want you to like my mom. It's like, I'm going because I love you. Is that not enough? Like, don't I get points for doing it against my will?
Yeah.
You know, like if I loved your mother, I wouldn't be a sacrifice. I'd just be hanging out with my friend. Instead, I'm going to see your mom because I love you. You're welcome. You know, thank me later.
I think you're right.
You know, it's ungrateful. It's like, you know, thank you for the torture. Like, what do you want me to say? Like,
It's a valid point.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm surprised though because you seem so easygoing. Like, you great catch.
Oh, thank you.
Is it mostly you? I'm thinking it's you. I'm thinking you're the picky one on this one.
I'm super easy and also like I'm not high maintenance at all. But I'm also I don't put myself out there too much with men.
What do you mean you don't put yourself out there?
Like I don't really try and get into relationships and
you're not a relationship type?
I guess not.
Yeah, I guess after 6, 7 years single now. Yeah, I guess not.
But I'm gonna have to be soon because I'm too old to be going out on one night stands and stuff at this age.
No, man, this is the prime time to be doing that, man. You kidding?
Really? I'm glad you said that. Okay, I'm gonna go out tonight.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man.
You think so?
Fucking yeah, you got your shit together. You know
don't
what
think
you
I'm
want in
too
life.
old?
You're too old to. You're still alive, right?
True.
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's all you need to be. You have a pulse, right? You can do whatever the fuck you want. I mean,
there's more one-night stands happening in nursing homes across America
That's the
than
thing,
anywhere
too.
else.
That's right.
There's a chlamydia problem in these nursing homes.
That's right. They do get crazy.
Yeah. And like
Okay, you're right. I don't know.
and
I'm,
like I
I'm
said,
thinking about it too
and
much.
And you're in second and third wife territory now. Like you can get the 70-year-old that's got some bread, you know, who's looking for a little trophy piece before he kicks the bucket.
I don't think I can have sex with a 70-year-old.
For some money, I think you could. For a fat ass trust fund,
How
I bet
much
you could.
money?
Millions. We're in LA, girl. I'm not talking about you fucking a guy for a bus pass.
I'm gonna have to get a Botox to land one of those. Got too many wrinkles right now to be a trophy.
There really is a double standard there, though. The fact that, like, you know, a woman dating a younger man, people get weirder about that than a man dating a younger woman, which I don't get. Like, so we love this. My mom, she's, you know, I won't reveal her age, but she's close to retirement. She's married to a guy younger than me.
Really? And they're married? That's awesome.
Yeah, so
Well, good for her.
almost half her age. But people are like, "Ooh, is that weird?" I'm like, "It's not weird that your dad married a 26-year-old. The fuck are you talking about? Like, what are you coming at me with this for?" She's pretty happy. Like, I'm not mad at her. You know, like, fucking. I think he's weird, but.
Randy's never gonna have to come shovel snow or do any of that type of shit.
I mean, look,
he's got it handled.
He's a super nice guy. And I love the guy. Friends with him. He's a great guy. But I'm like, wait, what? He wants to do what my mom wants to do? Like,
That's a trip.
Shouldn't you be doing what I wanted? Like, you know, go out fucking carousing around, fucking around. No, I want to garden on the weekend. I want to paint the deck on a Saturday. Like, that's a fun afternoon. It's like, Jesus Christ. You know, like, it was tandem biking. Yeah. Shit like that. I'm like, it's weird that he wants to do old people stuff, but.
Your mom sounds like this guy's beard.
Maybe.
No, but my mom's great. And yeah, like I said, she's much older than you, and she's dating younger guys. Doesn't have a problem.
I like your mom.
Yeah.
I want to meet
I don't know
her.
how long they've been together now. Quite a while, probably 15 years at this point.
I mean, I don't think
She was in her 50s. He must have been in his late 20s when she met him, and she was in her 50s. Must have been.
I don't think age should matter that much if, like, you know, people get along and they're in love. And the younger person has to be pretty mature, though.
Well, that's the thing. You have to have things in common.
Does he seem like beyond his years, like, or?
Yeah. He's like he's much more mature than I am.
Okay, yeah.
Even though I'm older than him.
If that's the case, then it seems.
Yeah,
like
I mean
it
that's
would
the thing.
work.
Like, you have to have some things in common so you can talk to each other and get each other's references, but you have to have, differences so you can enjoy each other's the different aspects of each other. But like, if I'm dating a girl and she doesn't know who fucking Bill Clinton is, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, Like, well, it's before my time. It's like, well, read a book. Like, I wasn't alive during World War II. I know it happened. You know,
yeah.
I've heard about it. Like,
yeah, exactly.
The fuck, like, you know, I've never heard of Bob Dole. Fucking, I don't know, read the news, something. Like, you know, like,
yeah,
weird shit like that. Like, that's when it gets a little weird. But I've dated girls much younger than me who are way more mature than me, and that kind of weirds me out. Because it's like, Jesus, man, you know, like, I thought I dated down so our maturity level would match. You still got me beat.
It's as comedians, it's not hard to find.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm starting to think it's me. I'm gonna go on a limb here. I think it's my fault on this one.
Yeah, no, it's definitely me too. I've never been somebody that liked to go out on dates.
Yeah, dates.
Like, I don't want to go out to dinner. I did it a couple times, and it felt like an interview,
Never.
and I was sweating. I had anxiety.
Yes, I never. That's another strategy of mine when I was single. I never, you know, the dinner date or movie. I did that like once or twice as a younger man. Nope. First date, always drinks. Because a drink is what, 20 minutes? 40 minutes. 20, I gotta go. She sucks. So you're not stuck. Plus, you're not sitting across from each other, interviewing each other like a fuck.
No, I hate the interview. Like, where are you from? Oh.
Yeah, and then you say, well, how many brothers and sisters you got?
And also, as a comedian, it can just be like, do you ever lie about what you do if you're in an Uber or something? Because you're like, I just don't feel like answering the questions.
Yes.
Tell me a joke or what.
Yeah. I've done that.
You know any famous comedian?
Yeah. Oh, you're comedian? Yeah. And then they just name a more famous comedian than you. Do you know Chris D'Elia? Fucking cool. Yeah, I do this, so you talk about the more famous guy I know.
I'm always a nanny when I'm in an Uber.
Oh, you see Nanny. I can see Nanny.
I've babysat a lot of children, so I qualify.
That's good. My dating men, same thing.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I always just go my old job. I'm a banker. Just, you know, even though I dress like shit, like, oh, he's the worst dressed banker on earth. Like, he's the poorest banker ever.
Yeah, but you can work from home now.
Yeah, exactly.
Post COVID.
That's right. But I do my first date would always be drinks, and then I was doing a lot more dating before comedy. Second date, I would take them to a comedy show.
That's a good date.
Well, because right away you can find out they're a tight ass. Are they going to laugh the shit I like to laugh at as well? Like, we have that similar sense of humor. It's fun. It's easy. It's cheap. For a live show, $20. If I can, what else could you do live for $20 live show?
Comedy show's a great date night.
And the best part about it too is I was doing this when I was living in Boston, and I lived like 2 blocks away from the comedy club, and I was friends with the door guys. That's kind of how I got into comedy. So I would just sit in there and drink for free. So the women didn't even know that I was not paying for any of this shit. It was free.
That's awesome.
And I knew everybody, so like I would seem cool. And I walked in there, hey, Red. Like, everyone knew who I was. Like, so it made me seem cool.
That's
like,
even better. Yeah.
Honestly, I would have been there anyway. So I'm like, hey, why don't you come meet me down here? You know, it was fun. It was easy.
Did you just one night decide to try it because you had been there so many times? Or?
Well, so I've always been a huge fan of comedy. And a mutual friend of mine and Jeff's buddy of mine, Chase, who lives in Boston, was the door guy at the comedy club that opened out there, Laugh Boston. I don't know if you ever played there.
I've never been there.
That's cool. It's great. It's a great comedy town. So I never thought it was like a real thing. And I met Jeff before I got into comedy, and he and my buddy Chase said, "Hey man, you're funny. You give it a shot. Fucking you like it." I'm like, "All right."
How long have you guys been friends? Before you got into
2000 and when did I start? It's probably 2017, 2016, 2016.
Oh, okay, so you haven't really been doing it that long.
No, 7 years. Not too long. Yeah, I got started late. I'm an old man. Like I said, fucking 33. Spring chicken.
Yeah, I started late too, and I was like 30, 31.
Yeah, but you've been doing
32.
Acting and whatnot.
I had been performing. Yeah.
See, I went straight from an office to telling dick jokes in empty bars.
Why did you quit doing the banking?
I hated it.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
I was working 200 hours a week. Fucking something crazy. It was like 100 hours a week. It was awful. The money was decent, but it's not worth the amount of time you have to give up. Oh. And I was working for a company, and they sold the company I was working for. So I got they bought me out of my package. So I had like a year's worth of severance. I'm like, oh, I could take a year off, chill. And that's when Jeff, I'd already been friendly with him. He's like, hey man, I'm not working. He's like, hey, you got to go on stage now. I'm like, okay. And I turned that year's worth of severance into like 6 years. To stretch it out just so I could do comedy only for my first 6 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I only recently went back to work last year.
Good for you.
Yeah. But work sucks. What do you do for work?
I work at SoFi Stadium.
Oh, that's fucking cool. No shit.
I really was a nanny years ago, but I was a waitress for a lot of years, and then I stopped doing that like 10 years ago or so. But I just got a job last year because I love football. So I'm like, I should work at the stadium.
That's cool.
I don't really get to see much football, though, because I'm working.
Yeah. That's the irony. I love comedy. I should get into it. Then you never watch comedy. I haven't sat down and watched a comedy show in like 2 years.
I know. I used to always watch.
Yeah, well, that's not true. Every year I take my brother, he and I go down Christmas Day. Because our family does our Christmas thing, Christmas Eve. So Christmas Day we don't do shit. I take him down and we see the late show at the Cellar and then go get Korean barbecue. So I do that. I do that once a year. So for sure I do that.
That's cool.
But I used to go fucking all the time. Now I just watch 5 minutes of everyone's set.
When I was new, if I wasn't doing a show, I would go to the Hollywood Improv or the Comedy Store and sit in the back all the time.
Yeah. Who'd you like starting out?
When I used to go, I feel like I learned stand up from sitting in the back of the Comedy Store because it was before it had the big boom. It was when I would be back there at like 10, 11 at night and there was 4 people in the audience. And it was Sam Tripoli, Bobby Lee, John Caparulo. Did you ever know who he was? John Caparulo, who else was up there? He's in Arizona now, didn't he? Like Ahmed, I think, was up there a lot too. Dove Davidoff. I love Dove Davidoff.
What happened? Is he still doing
He's in New York, Okay. Because I see his clips from the Cellar.
Okay, yeah, because I used to see him all, because I would go to the Cellar. I started going to high school because I found out it was $5 a ticket. It wasn't the comedy boom. And I found out 2 drink minimum, no matter what. That was 2 drinks sold. That's how I would get drunk in high school.
That's
go to the
awesome.
They'd serve you, yeah. So me and my 14-year-old buddies would go to the comedy club and get hammered at the Cellar. Yeah, watching Bill Burr with hair, Jim Norton with hair.
Yeah.
Greg Giraldo before he passed, Patrice O'Neill. Oh,
I loved
the best.
Greg Giraldo.
I know.
He was so good.
That's actually, I think, the last time I got nervous going on stage. Or not the last time, but I think the most nervous I was going on stage was the first time I did Gotham in New York. It's like, oh shit, it's cool. I'm fucking doing Gotham. Right? I've been doing comedy like 2 years at that point.
Yeah.
And as I'm walking the stage, I have like pictures of the guys who performed, gals who performed before. There's one of Giraldo on stage, and I'm like, I'm a fraud. Like, I'm not him. This is a joke. You know, like, I can't do this.
I know that happens to me sometimes still when I see really great comedians. I'm like, why haven't I quit yet?
Why do I even bother?
Why am I doing this?
Yeah, I watched Jessica Curse, and I'm like, I should quit now. Like, I'm never going to be as good as her.
And it always seems to happen after you have some confidence. Like, you had a great show, and you're like, I'm feeling really good about this.
And then you see someone else just out there, and they take a flamethrower to the room. You're like, I'm terrible. That's way better. That's talent. I'm a fraud.
Like, I just get done doing a joke I wrote 7 years ago, and then I see Eliza putting out her 5th Netflix special. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. She's putting one out every year. That's cool. Yeah. It's just a hobby for me.
Yeah, I'm a hobby comic now. I don't want to make a career out of it or anything. I just want to have fun on a Wednesday.
I had the worst experience Tuesday night, and I haven't had this in a long time. I say like 90% of the time I perform, I do good.
Oh, you crushed.
Decent.
You smoked them at Yami Show. I love your stuff.
Oh, that audience was
sweet.
on fire.
I know, but it's so sweet and so funny and so likable, and it's so natural. You know, like it seems like
it is honest. Most
everyone's
of the stuff
friend,
I say
which I love. Yeah, it's the kind of stuff I like.
The Comedy Store booked me to do set before a roast battle on Tuesday, and I've done that a couple times, and it's kind of a younger crowd, so I feel like I do well, but not amazing or whatever.
Yeah.
But Tuesday, I'm the last comic before they started, and it was going okay. Like I got some laughs, but it wasn't the greatest, but it was okay. And then this guy sitting, you know how small the belly room is?
Yeah.
And this guy sitting to the side, he goes, I can't wait for this to be over.
Oh.
And I looked at him, I go,
me too, buddy.
You mean, yeah.
Yeah, by that I mean my life.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes you can come right back, but I wasn't in that state of mind.
Oh, yeah.
My mind just froze, and I was just like devastated. And I look up, and I see like the comics were already there that were going to judge, so they're seeing this happen. And then I look, it was just like a slow motion. I look at them, and then I look to the back, and I see like Brian Moses, who's about to do roast battle, and I'm just like,
oh God,
all these people watching me.
Yeah.
But it was just like, it was one of those moments where I don't get heckled like that very often either.
It's surprising. I've gotten heckled maybe fucking 5 times in my entire career. Like it happened so little to me that I'm waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, it hasn't. I walked off stage and just tears just started streaming. Like, oh my God, I haven't cried after a set in so long.
Oh, I'll tell you my worst bombing. I fucking remember like it was yesterday. It was the Middle East in Boston, which is a dive bar that's been doing.
Oh, I thought you were actually in the Middle East.
No. My first set was in fucking Riyadh. I was wearing
I've gone there to do like the military show, so that's why I thought maybe. You got to hook me up
with that. I want to do the USO stuff.
So fun.
I would love to do that. But the bar is called the Middle East, and it's in Cambridge. They've been doing comedy for 20 years. It's like the longest running open mic in town or whatever.
Oh wow!
And it was like 1 a.m. Son of a list. I'm going up. With probably 15 people there, and I almost wished I was heckled because the room was so fucking quiet
as I was
delivering all this shit that I swear to God, I heard a guy in the back bar. I heard him put down his glass, and it was a fucking dagger through my heart. I mean, I hear the toilet flush in the bathroom. Like it was so quiet. I was like, somebody call me a motherfucker so I can interact with someone.
The worst.
Are you guys alive? Am I here? Do you guys see me? Am I a ghost?
The worst is when you're doing like a setup for a joke and you just hear the bartender shaking the ice. Or like your punchline. It's just like.
Yeah. Boston, they love their sports. I've had a guy, I've had a bartender turn up the Bruins game as I'm in the middle of a set.
Oh my God.
Shut up, the game's on. Like, oh fuck.
Well, Boston used to be the place to be for comedy.
It's a fun town.
Back in like the 80s.
I know.
90s,
There was a hot town. Yeah. It was super. Good comedy DNA. Tons of rooms for a small town. 800,000 people. Fucking doing 3 shows a night.
Yeah, I've heard Boston's an awesome
incredible,
place to come up in.
It was incredible. It was so much fun. I should go back. I haven't been back there in a while.
You should.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to go September.
Go back to the Middle East and redeem yourself.
Find that fucking asshole who put that dagger through my heart.
Oh God! I normally don't mind if I bomb. Like it happens every so often. You just don't have a good set, and
you gotta get used to that.
I've been doing it so long now, it doesn't faze me. But that guy, like the whole room just went quiet. Everybody can hear him.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You mean the night or like my set?" And he goes, "Your set." And how do you just go into a joke after that?
Yeah. How do you recover from that? That's a tough one. Yeah. I
don't know.
especially if you like question your whole career, you're like, all right, well maybe I should.
Who decides to be that cruel?
Well, that's the thing. You don't go down to his fucking job. Hey man, the way you're putting those tires on he works at a tire shop. They put those tires on wrong. You fucking kill yourself. Like,
he wouldn't say that to a male because they might punch him.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he wouldn't.
But no, but it also makes him a little bit of a bigger coward that he's like picking on a lady.
He was like a little guy too.
He's picking on a lady. It's like, you talk to a woman like that, dude.
And I was only doing 10 minutes, and it's not like I was bombing like it was so horrible. He literally just wanted to be
that
a
also
dick.
might be that roast battle crowd too, because they're looking to cut each other's legs out from, that's what they're into. That's why they're there.
That's what somebody else told me too.
They're there to insult each other.
You think the audience is
they like that
meaner
kind of shit.
crowd?
Yeah.
That's what somebody said. It's like a meaner.
Because of
Tell me never could last 10 minutes with a woman.
There you go. I know you couldn't last 10 minutes with a woman.
There you
Next
go.
time.
Me to you.
And the worst too, I've done it before. Everybody always gets 5 minutes because it's just a quick little stand-up show before roast battle. It's like a 30-minute show. Everybody always gets 5. That night, they're like, we're going to put you last and give you 10. I'm like, great.
Jeez.
And then I bomb it. I'm like, oh, great. Thanks for giving me that extra time. Thanks for showcasing me.
Yeah.
Brian's like, here's our special guest of the night. You're going to love her.
Well, one guy didn't.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
All right. So at the end of the show here, the last few minutes, I like to get into a little news. Nothing serious. I picked the stories.
Okay.
All right. We'll get your reaction to some of these.
Okay.
This one I loved. In 1985, a woman spent months getting her helicopter's license just to rent a helicopter to fly it over a prison and break out her husband.
I love this.
Yeah. Convicted bank robber Michael Van Jor, 34, and his wife, Nadine, 35, executed a daring helicopter escape from prison in Santa Fe. Nadine, who'd been taking helicopter lessons for months, rented a helicopter, flew it into the prison where Michael and an accomplice were waiting, and climbed on board. The couple landed safely nearby in a soccer field and fled in a car. They added an 18-year sentence to Michael for breaking out of prison. I think they gave her 3 years.
How do you think you're going to get away in a helicopter? A police car can see where you're going.
Well,
and it's so loud.
Yeah. Yeah, there's air traffic controllers and shit.
How do you quietly land on a prison and get your husband out?
I don't think I could love anybody enough to risk going to jail to break them out of jail.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish I had that kind of loyalty to a woman.
A good
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want a woman who loves me so much that she'd break me out of prison, and face a 3-year jail sentence of her own to come get me.
I never would have thought this would have been an inspiring love story.
You're right.
You're right.
Have you loved anyone enough to get a speeding ticket, let alone a fucking a jail sentence?
That's gonna be my question now when I meet a guy like. Listen.
When's the last time you're 69?
Would you go to jail?
And would you break me out of prison?
Was it on top?
Yeah. Did you top?
Oh, red flag. So many red flags.
So many red flags. Listen to this one. This is cool. Scientists are working on a technology that will erase all painful and scary memories from your brain. Yeah. How wild is that?
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
They said, yeah, much like the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind movie, scientists are working on this. Experts acknowledge that the potential to revolutionize treatments for issues such as PTSD and to erase cringe-worthy moments shows promise, yet they urge caution regarding extensive alterations to our memories. Even our most painful memories are crucial to our identity. If you could erase bad memories, would you?
I don't know if I would take that chance, because how do they know exactly which memories they're erasing?
That's good. If you can pinpoint it. Yeah, that's a good point.
Suddenly I don't know my mom anymore.
Yeah. Your Thanksgiving dinner?
Nice to meet
Who
you.
are you people?
Oh, it turns out you were part of all these PTSD memories I had.
Yeah, but I saw that. I was thinking, I feel like most of my memories are not pleasant. Like most of them are useless. They're just random things. But then the things that hurt, the most awful things you went through, traumas, you remember that.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the best day of my life. It was just a great day, and I took it for granted. I feel like you take for granted all the good things and remember all the horrible things. So most of my memories are either useless or things that I worry about not repeating.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would be on board if it was something very serious, like a woman gets brutally raped and
Yeah, exactly,
like that,
something like that.
You gotta.
Yeah, how
you
is
gotta
that
get
helpful?
that out.
Yeah, how is that helpful to have that memory?
You got to get that out. But some just average bad things, I think you do need them to
become a full
remind
person.
yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Would you erase the memory of the guy topping on the 69?
No, never.
That's a keeper.
I can still see it.
You can still see it.
It's coming at me.
You ever checked up on him where he is now?
I did try and look for him because
you wanted to rekindle that flame.
No, this
Recognize
guy.
that taint anywhere.
This was one of my first boyfriends. It might have been the first boyfriend I had in New York, and I loved that guy. And it was 6 months. It wasn't that long. Let me tell you what happened. He was a diehard Yankee fan, and he told me he was a diehard Yankee fan. We went to a lot of games, and then the Yankees lost in the playoffs, and he broke up with me that night.
What? He broke up with you because the Yankees lost?
I don't know.
What did
if it was just coincidence or
were
not.
you the relief pitcher who shelled the Yankees? Why would he do that?
I don't know, but it was fun going to all those Yankee games. But I really did love this guy. He was fun. So a couple years ago, I'm going to try and find him on social media. Do you ever do that with people from 15 years ago?
Once in a while.
Just out of curiosity.
Once in a while. Yeah, I don't do the creeping. Once in a while, though. You know what I'll see someone pop up on LinkedIn. I'm like, oh, what are they up to? And then go to their Instagram and find out what they're really up to. Or at least lying to us about.
Yeah, when I lived in New York, before I did stand-up, I used to go to a lot of shows. And there was one guy I liked, I hung out with for a little while. And then I was a couple years ago, I'm going to see if he was a comedian. I'm going to see if he's still doing stand-up. And then I could never find him.
Selling real estate somewhere?
I could never find him.
Yeah.
I know, you find people that are opened up a sandwich shop. And you're
they're actually successful in something else.
Touche.
Yeah, maybe I should have got into fucking medical device sales. He seems to be doing all right. He's got a house and a fucking wife. I'm over here alone. Trying to make ends meet. I'm chicken nuggets. Getting paid in chicken nuggets.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah. All right, last one. Gen Z wants everyone to stop using thumbs up emojis because it's passive aggressive and rude.
I saw that and I don't get it.
Yeah, it says young people have been urging everyone to stop using the thumbs up emoji because it's passive aggressive. How fucking soft are these 20-year-olds?
But in what way? What is this passive aggressive about?
It's okay.
Yeah, it's just doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything's good.
Yeah,
it's a positive thing.
They want to keep this emoji, but get rid of this emoji. I was like, what the fuck?
It makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
Anytime you give a thumbs up, it means everything's okay. So it's a positive.
Yeah. Also, we have 9 cat emojis. We can't give the thumbs up. Get rid of some of the cat emojis.
Yeah. What about the eggplant emoji?
Yeah. Yeah. How passive aggressive is that? By the way, if you had a purple dick, you should get that checked out.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm going to say you got a problem.
That is so weird.
But these young kids are they're so weird about things. They're like, oh, don't judge me, but then they just judge everybody. They're supposed to be carefree, but they're worried about thumbs up emojis. It's we've had it tough. If you can't handle a thumbs up emoji, what the fuck are you talking about? They seem so it's almost like they're bipolar.
Yeah.
They pretend they're on top of shit, but they can't handle a thumbs up emoji.
I think
They pretend to be accepting, but they judge everyone for doing things they don't like. It's what?
I don't think they fully have figured out how much social media is fucking people up, because a lot of and I've been hearing it from a lot of different people that a lot of people in their 20s just have like really bad anxiety.
Yeah. Oh, I read something.
Like we didn't have that in our. Did you have anxiety in your 20s? I mean, I would get depressed sometimes, but not like.
I had anxiety about that wedding.
The wedding, yes. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's something I broke.
But
down.
that's not like
but
a
I also
daily.
manage it. I also manage it. I live.
Anxiety.
It doesn't stop my life. You know, I still try to. You know, like I said, you bounce with depression or.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are
or
medicated.
Worried. Yeah, but these kids are all they're all over medic. All of them have been on Adderall since they were fucking 6, right? And then they put them on SSRIs and antidepressants immediately. It's almost like a negative feedback loop. The social media thing, like everyone's pretending, like this is my life. It's like no, it's not. It's your curated Instagram fucking profile. Meanwhile, you're cutting yourself in the bathroom quietly. You know, like they're comparing themselves to the image that somebody else put online, like the curated persona they have online, and it just makes them feel bad. And then the way they talk to each other online too, you would never say in person. Like, you ever see Twitter comments? It's fucking horrendous. But no one would talk to each other like that in person because you would get fucking hit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
awful.
Like, you would not be talking like that if you weren't anonymous or weren't hiding behind a screen 1,000 miles away from you. If you would never say it to someone's face because they would end you.
I know. I've put up YouTube videos where some guys will comment and be like, "I would never fuck this ugly bitch," and I'm just like,
"But that's not the point."
But am I funny? Like, I'm not trying to get laid here. I'm just trying to tell you a joke.
But what did you think of the material? Did the joke land?
It's like, what the fuck? Why is that? Why do you need to insult me?
I know.
Just this innocent person putting up a 1-minute clip of a joke.
They just dunk on you for no reason.
Can you imagine if people did that to like every funny dude? Because there's so many just fat guys that are like, let's talk about dead people so I don't insult living comics, but like Ralphie May. And people are going to be like, I would never fuck him when he
if 2,000 women commented, I've never fucked that fat loser. It's like, Jesus Christ. You know?
Yes.
But women aren't monsters like men. A woman would never levy a comment like that because they're not horrible. Women do their dirt like on the sneak.
Let's talk that shit at brunch.
Yeah.
Women are probably meaner to other women.
Oh, women are horrible to other women. Yeah, that's why women go to the bathroom in groups, because if they go alone, the people left behind are going to talk shit about the other one. For sure.
I wonder why that is.
Well, okay,
that's another podcast, I guess.
Yeah, it's a whole other topic.
We don't have time to dissect that now. We already covered the 69.
Most importantly, we got
I'm going to go get laid tonight because you said it's okay to still be sexually active.
Absolutely. I support this message. Where can the people find you, Jen?
At Jen Murphy Comedy on Instagram.
Guys, give her a follow. She's so funny.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Go check her out.
So much fun.
Thanks for hanging out. Glad I finally got John. Gotta have you back soon.
Yeah, anytime.
All right, guys. At Jen Murphy Comedy. You can follow me at Randy Valero. Follow the podcast at Ready Set Blow Podcast. Love you guys. Peace.